Okay, here's your image. All I did was copied it from the Facebook post, so I obviously have all this stuff up here that was in your screenshot that I'll have to get rid of that you won't. So the first thing you do is select it and go to Path Trace Bitmap. And then I changed this here from 4.50 or 0.450 to 0.730 with brightness cutoff checked. I unchecked smooth, unchecked stack scans, and then checked remove background. If you are still trying to work with what we were working with, just hit the reset button. Uncheck smooth, uncheck stack scans, and check remove background, and change this to 750. Okay, and then just click OK. Once it traces, grab that, make sure it says path, select this one. This is the image. Go ahead and delete that. Close out your trace box. And then I'm going to have to go to the node editor and get rid of all of this, which you probably won't have, so you can go ahead and skip this this part. Okay, so this is what you should have. All right, then you just go to Path, Linked Offset, and it's going to give you a little diamond here. You can click on a color to change the color, zoom in a little bit so that you can see how much of an offset you're actually giving everything. And I'm not so sure those lines are supposed to be there. So let me Control Z to undo that, and let me get rid of these lines here because I don't believe they're supposed to be there. Maybe they are, but I'm going to just delete them. Okay, select it, go to Path, Linked Offset, and now my diamond is way over here. And that's because I still have some things I need to get rid of, so doggone it, let me get rid of those. Zoom out so I can get all of them. There we go. Okay. All right, so once you trace bitmap, this is where you should be. Make sure it is selected, go to Path, Linked Offset, and find your diamond. It's going to be along the top of your bounding box somewhere. And as you can see, the first one I did was over here, the second one I did was over here, and now this one is in the middle. Okay, click on a color, left click on your diamond, hold it, and pull it upwards until you get a width that you're satisfied with. You may just want a little bit, you may want more. I'm going to go with that. So once I've done that, I'm going to go to Path, Object to Path. Okay. Now what that does is it gives me two layers. So I'll Control Z and go back. Then I'm going to select it all by left clicking and drawing a box around it. It should tell you at the bottom that you have two objects selected and they're both paths. Okay. Then you can go to Path Union and you can turn it whatever color you want, and the letters are thicker. Now they do get distorted a little bit, but you know, that's what it does during the trace. So and the reason that I changed the trace to 750 was because at 450 I wasn't getting the ampersand sign, so I had to up it. And maybe I didn't have to up it to 750, but you can play around with that. just as long as you know, you get it there. The lower the trace, probably the more chance that it's not going to be that distorted. I don't think it looks that bad, maybe the insides of the O's, but you can go to your node editor and you can select it, and you can just select one of these nodes and get rid of them. So if you see that it's distorted in a certain area, and then you can grab these handles and you can play with those to try to get it rounded out, you know, the way that it should be. That looks better than what that does. And then you can get rid of this one and this one and look at it again by just selecting your selection arrow. And this one, I think I would actually pull up just a little bit and probably get rid of that one as well. And that looks better than what that does. So go to your node editing tool and just delete these, and then use the handles to make it look, you know, more uniform. If you have a sharp, let me zoom in here. If you have a sharp, actually I'll zoom out, like corner here, what you can do is go to your node editor, select that node, and make it smooth, and then you can play around with the handles. If you for some reason don't have these handles when you click on one of these nodes, then make sure that when you're in your node editing tool, that the second to the last box up here in the options is checked, okay? And that will give you handles whenever you select a node, all right? So, I mean, you can play around with that and get it looking a little better. If you think this side of the T is a little bit thicker than this side, you know, you can go back to your node editor, you can select a node and maybe these two and pull them down a little bit, play with the handle just a little bit, and then, you know, you can get them evened out. You can even out this curve. That's how you do that. But anyway, I hope this video helps you. It should get you what you want to be able to cut these a little bit thicker, so that you can actually weed them with your vinyl. So I hope this helps. If not, get a hold of me and we'll try to figure out why. Thanks for watching.